guess I'll say hi first.
Hi. I think I hit a wrong button here.
Oh, okay.
So I like you guys' backgrounds.
Oh yeah, I got the school library, Cabell Library right behind me.
Yeah, I did. I hit a wrong button. Okay.
You guys ready to do this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Excited.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Nothing to worry about here.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to get in contact with them, but I will go ahead and show this to you guys. This is just some housekeeping tools for you as panelists. So the session will start at the top of the hour. It will last 45 minutes exactly. So at exactly 3:45, I have to end the session. It is being recorded. So if you're not speaking, just remember to mute yourself. I will also remain muted. If you want to share your screen, all of you should be able to do that. So if you want to test that out really quick, just to make sure if you want to share your screen, make sure that that works.
This was not one of the
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, if you're playing a video, just make sure that you have your computer sound shared. So after this event, StriveScan will send you a list of any registered students as well as a transcript of the Q&As. That'll happen in about a week's time, so you will get that from them. And then if you have any questions for them, you can email them at help@strivescan.com. Again, just a reminder, the session ends in 45 minutes exactly, so just be considerate of each other's time. And then if you to answer students' questions, you'll see the little Q&A. It'll show how many questions are there. Just make sure when you're answering questions, don't hit the live answer because it'll show everybody's information up for everyone to see. We don't want to do that. You can actually just, if you want to answer the question, you can type the answer, or you can answer it at the end if you want to leave time at the end, or if you've answered it in your presentation, just hit dismiss. And then that is actually it. Any questions?
So if it's a, I'm just trying to think, all right, when it comes to Q&A, if it's a, like a general question, not specific for institution, we don't have to type, should we type it in or could we just kind of announce it, like just answer it without typing it in? I'm just saying, like, you know, just kind of give it to, hey, this is what we do at VCU or we do at Bellevue or we do at Mary Washington, as opposed to typing information in.
The session I just attended, they left time at the end. They answered it at the end and just gave it to each panelist to answer. Okay. If you have that time, otherwise, you know, you'll get the Q&A transcript at the end. You can answer it after the fact as well.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I'm curious. I'm gonna try a virtual background. Oh yeah, see what I'm saying? You guys see it?
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Mine does that too.
So Just curious to see. Sometimes it works better than it does.
All right.
Okay, so we will get started in 2 minutes. Sorry to all of our attendees, I pressed the button a little early. I guess I was really excited to jump this thing off. But yeah, we'll get started at the top of the hour, and then just some quick housekeeping things that I'll go over really fast, and then our panelists can take it away.
Okay. Okay.
All right, well, welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for All Virginia Students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. That's VACRAO and StriveScan. Thank you all for joining us today. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button. You'll see here on the screen, you can use the Q&A button to type any questions you have during the presentation, and one of the panelists or all the panelists will answer your questions. Your camera and microphone will remain off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded, and it will be available about a week out from today on their website, strivescan.com/Virginia. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to our panelists.
Thank you, Chris. First of all, I'll start with a general introduction of who I am and my role. My name is Terrence Jenkins, and I serve as the Regional Transfer Counselor for Virginia Commonwealth University. In my role, I work with transfer students in general who have questions about the admissions process, who may have questions about coursework, who have questions about the application process as well. I primarily work with Northern Virginia Community College, Lloyd Fairfax Community College, Blue Ridge Community College, Dabney Lancaster, and a variety of community colleges that are in the state of Maryland. But just in general, anytime a transfer student may have questions about the admissions process or advising, I am available to meet with them as well. What you're going to hear a lot of information from all three institutions today and how we each work with our transfer students in regards to our transfer advising tools and what we have to offer. So not all three institutions are the same. We work a little bit differently, but that works specifically for our institution, how we work with our transfer students. So I encourage you throughout the presentation to jot down notes and which will probably help you formulate questions that you may have, and you can just type the questions in the Q&A chat box, or even if you have questions that you may know offhand, you can please type those in the chat box as well, and we'll definitely get to all your questions at the end of the presentation. Okay, so what I want to do is just kind of share some information about VCU and what we have to offer our transfer students in regards to advising tools that you can utilize as you begin the planning process of even transferring into VCU. Currently at VCU, we have over 31,000 students. Of the 31,000 students that are attending VCU, 24,000 make up our undergraduate population. And currently we have roughly about 193,000 alumni, but that number is constantly growing, and so we'll be approaching and hitting the 200,000 mark pretty soon. Our average class size at VCU is approximately 29 students. But of course, you know, due to the pandemic and due to COVID, you know, things have shifted a little bit, things have changed. We do have in-person classes, but at smaller class sizes. But we also have the hybrid approach too, where we do offer online courses for, you know, during this time period as well. Okay, what I'm going to do is just kind of highlight some information from our transfer center. At VCU, we're very fortunate to have a transfer center. And within our transfer center, our advisors, they work with transfer students who are on different parts of different ends of the spectrum. You who are here today, you know, you're considered to be a prospective student. So, you know, our transfer advisors work with you to understand how many credits could transfer to VCU and how it may relate to your specific major. They also work with you in terms of, you know, if you have a specific major that you want to pursue in VCU, what type of courses or what courses you should be taking at your current institution. We also work with transfer advisors, we also work with transfer students just so they got a full understanding of what it is, you know, they could be doing prior to coming to VCU for a certain semester. Whether you want to enroll in VCU for spring 2021 or fall 2021, whatever it is, we do work with you. So what I want to do is just kind of highlight briefly some of the resource tools that we have within the transfer center. So that's what I'm going to do is kind of work backwards a little bit. So as opposed to kind of highlighting the transfer center initially, I'm going to talk about the resources within the transfer center. And then at the very end, come back to show you the transfer center webpage and how you can go about navigating it to get to these different resources. So first up, we want to take a look at the first resource, which is considered to be our transfer advising request form. Now, this form is utilized for our prospective students. You know, it's in particular students who may want to know, hey, I've taken X number of credits at my current institution. How many of these credits will transfer to VCU? A very fair question, a good question. So most times what happens, students will complete this form. It's the electronic request, the transfer center advising request form. It's an electronic form that you will complete. A lot of information that you would need input on here is pertinent, because they want to know what type of major you wanted to pursue at VCU, prospective major, your current institution, college, or university that you're attending, what degree that you're planning on earning, if you're planning on earning an associate's degree or another type of degree, when you plan on transferring to VCU, the nature of your advising request. So most times when I work with transfer students, in my experiences, they want to get the unofficial credit evaluation. Because again, they want to know how many credits are transferring into VCU and how it could apply to your specific major that you wanted to pursue it in VCU. And also in addition to this, after you complete the form or in the process of completing the form, you want to make sure you attach an unofficial copy of your transcript, or if you attended more than one institution, those transcripts. Because what will happen is that the transfer center and the transfer advisors will review your information, review your transcripts, your unofficial transcripts, and give you some feedback about as to how many credits would transfer to VCU and how it pertains to your prospective major as well. Okay, the next resource I want to highlight real quickly or briefly is the transfer maps. Many times I get questions from students who have an interest in a specific major at VCU and what type of courses they should be taking at their current institution. So with the transfer maps, and this is something that we have that we worked on extensively to make sure that we've included a wealth of information from a lot of our community college partners. So the transfer map, map page currently has over 338 transfer maps. Now that is a lot of maps, and they're constantly adding more on. But the reason why we have 338 maps is because this comprises a variety of community colleges and two-year colleges that we do work with. Now, of course, we work with more than that's listed on here, but this kind of gives you a list of what we have available. Now, of course, you know, if you're trying to find your specific school or a specific major, you can kind of narrow it down to the school you're currently attending. So let's say, for instance, if I was at Germanna Community College, I would click the down arrow, highlight Germanna Community College, and then I would click search. So then now, well, actually, it's not let me load, but what it will do, it will take, you know, it will kind of narrow it down from a search evidence, narrow it down from a search of 338 community colleges, transfer maps, to actually 42. So now I can go through and see what type of transfer maps are available for Germanna. And let's say if I wanted to be an English major at VCU, I would go over to view the transfer map for the English major coming from Germanna Community College. Now it's taking a second to load, so we'll give it a moment. But what will happen on the transfer map, what I like about the transfer map, is going to give you a variety of information about the program description, about what type of job opportunities that are available to you in terms of like career job titles, as well as a list of, and it's not letting me load, as well as a list of courses that you should be taking. Now, of course, it's not letting me load right now, so I ask you for your forgiveness, excuse me for this right here. So what I will do is that I can share this information later on with you, the transfer map, and how to navigate and how to get to it. But I want to kind of highlight real briefly some of the other resources that we do have within our Transfer Center on our Transfer Center webpage. We have a course equivalency page. Now, many times, you know, you may just want to know, hey, I've taken a certain course at my current institution. How does it transfer over to VCU? Well, you will go to our course equivalency page. You will select the state. It always defaults to Virginia. You will select your school within Virginia or whatever state you're taking in a particular subject area. From there, it will kind of populate the courses from your institution and the equivalent courses from VCU, so you'll know how it transfers over to VCU. Next, I want to talk about our VCU agreements. We have several types of agreements, one being our guaranteed admissions agreement and another being our transfer partnership agreement. So I know a lot of times, especially with our VCCS partners, students who attend VCCS schools, you know, you're interested in the guaranteed admissions agreement. So within this page, you would just go here and we just have highlighted information about our guaranteed admissions agreement and how you can find out specifically what their requirements are, you know, for VCCS schools, or if you attend Richard Bland, what is that guaranteed admissions agreement as well. We also have transfer partnership agreements with specific institutions, whether you're attending Germanna, John Tyler, Northern Virginia Community College, Reynolds, and other articulation agreements as well. And sometimes we have students who come to us and they have AP courses, IB courses that they want to get transferred into VCU. We do accept that. So you can kind of get an idea as to what AP or IB courses that we accept at VCU. What are the scores that we're looking for you to have when you're trying to get those courses transferred in. So on here, on this page, you will get an idea under the VCU bulletin. You will get an idea as to what courses will be transferable to VCU based off of the scores that you earned on your AP IB examination. Now, kind of putting this all together, I want to kind of show you real briefly our VCU Transfer Center and what that looks like and how to get there and how to navigate the page real quickly. So the VCU Transfer Center, you will go to transfer.vcu.edu. Now, normally for prospective students, it's just really two tabs under the gray bar that they really focus on. The prospective students tab is number one. Reason why this is important, because as of right now, you're a prospective student. You know, we have information about the COVID-19 FAQs, transfer FAQs, course equivalencies, which I went over. If you've done a CLEP examination, what the equivalencies are for that. Our transfer maps that are listed, as well as our guaranteed admissions agreements, and as well as our high school credit transfers. Now, when it comes to the transfer advising request form to get the unofficial credit evaluation, you will go to the Contact Us tab, and you will click the tab, and then you will go under the box that says Prospective Student Advising. Click the first hyperlink, the online request form, and it will take you to that online electronic form that you will complete and attach an unofficial transcript. Now, right here, we have our contact information. You are more than welcome to contact me at any time with any questions you have about VCU, our Office of Admissions, our Transfer Center. Anyone that you contact will definitely get an answer to you. Right now, I want to turn everything over to my colleague at Bellevue University, Jade Williams, who will give you some information and insight about their transfer advising tools as well. And thank you for your time.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jade Williams. And before we move forward just a little bit, I just wanted to let you guys know, please utilize the Q&A boxes at the bottom. If you have any questions for any one of us, we are going to save time at the end of the presentation, and we'll be able to answer all of those questions that you do have. So if anything comes to mind while any one of us are talking, please feel free to put your questions in the box. We're not ignoring you, but we're going to take time at the end to answer all of those questions and any questions that you may have at the end of all of our presentations. But again, my name is Jade Williams, and I am the relationship manager for Bellevue University. And let me share my screen for you guys so you can see my presentation. Okay, so I'll be talking a little bit about some of the benefits of transferring to Bellevue University. So I know that a lot of you may be wondering, who is Bellevue, or where's that school located? So Bellevue University, we are the largest nonprofit university in the state of Nebraska. We are regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission, which is a member of the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools. So accreditation is very important, and you should always make sure that you know that the school that you're planning to attend is regionally accredited, and that your college credits will transfer with you, and that you are aware of any stipulations. So we are in good company with our accreditation ranks. We are alongside a few of our counterparts, which includes Ohio State, Arizona State University, Notre Dame, and the University of Michigan. So we're a little bit different than most of the schools that you may transfer to. So we have partnered with community colleges across the country to help students transfer their full associate's degree towards their bachelor's degree. So this map sort of shows you the different locations where we have relationship managers like myself stationed at. Of course, I am in Virginia. We have partnerships in North Carolina, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, all the way out to California, Texas, and Washington State. So with that, we have our flexibility for online programs. So even though we do have a physical campus, as relationship managers, our job is that we recruit students. Once you complete your associate's degree at your community college, then you'll be able to transfer over to Bellevue. And when you start with us, you'll be at a junior standing. So you'll be able to complete your bachelor's degree pretty much without leaving your community or without leaving the comfort of your own home. If you are a homebody and you're not looking to move away from your community to complete your degree on campus somewhere, then we provide you with the opportunity to complete that degree entirely online. So we're here to ensure that your transfer is as smooth and convenient as possible. So we offer more than 50 bachelor degree programs, and many are good pathways directly from your associate's degree. So if you decide that you want to change pathways, or if you're looking to diversify your knowledge or to change your degree, then we can help you with many of our cohort options that you have no prerequisites. So a few of our undergraduate programs that we have bachelor's in leadership and management, we have marketing and communication degrees, as well as information technology, public safety, like your criminal justice or your cybersecurity programs, as well as business. And we have programs in healthcare and human services, like healthcare management and behavioral science. So many of our undergraduate programs, they flow seamlessly into our graduate programs. So we have over 30 master degree programs, and most you can take anywhere between 18 and 24 months, depending on your program and also depending on the format. Some of our graduate programs that we have include leadership, we have organizational performance, as well as accounting and finance, we have human services, as well as if you wanted to obtain your master's degree in project management. So you work hard for your credits, and we want to make sure that you keep them. So many universities put a limit on how many credits that they will accept, how many credits that you can transfer over from your community college. So at Bellevue, we believe that all of your credits from your institution, if regionally accredited, that they're worthy of transfer. So you save money, and you also can complete your bachelor's degree faster when you're able to transfer your full associate's degree. You'll receive credit for all of your college level courses, level 100 or above, and if you pass those courses with C's or better, then those courses will transfer over to Bellevue University. So not only will your credits transfer over, but every single one will count towards your bachelor's degree. So your degree completion is closer than you think. And let's just break down some numbers for you. To complete your bachelor's degree, you need a total of 127 credit hours total. So how that breaks down is students usually graduate with their associate's degree around that 60 credit hour mark. This is all of your courses, part of your general education courses. So your maths, your English, your science, all of those are considered your general education courses. Most students graduate with more than 60 credit hours with your associate's degree. So any credits that you have over 60 credit hours is going to fall into that next category with us. You need 18 hours of elective hours. So say you graduate from your associate's degree from your community college with 78 credit hours, you're going to complete all of those general education requirements, and you're going to complete all of those elective requirements. So the only thing that you have left to complete for your bachelor's degree when you transfer over to Bellevue is 49 credit hours. So you have 40 credit hours to complete for your major requirements, whichever program you choose to enroll in. And then you have 9 credit hours that you complete for your capstone program. With us, we call our Kirkpatrick Signature Series. So you don't have to worry about if the math you took at your community college, if it matches the math that's required for the program that you need. As long as you have that associate's degree already, then everything that you've taken with that associate's degree will be completed under your general education requirements when you transfer over to Bellevue University. We also offer credit evaluation. So if you wanted to send over your unofficial transcripts, we can definitely do an evaluation of your credits to see where you stand and how many credits will be left to complete for your bachelor's degree. Whether you have taken courses at one community college or whether you have taken courses at multiple community colleges, as long as you get those official transcripts from those schools, then you can transfer those college level courses over to Bellevue. Again, those college level courses have to be level 100 or above, and you have to have passed those courses with a grade of C or better in order for them to transfer over. So here's my contact information. Again, I'm Jade Williams. If you would like to know more about any of the programs that we offer or about any of the different pathways that we have, you can definitely give me an email, shoot me an email at jade.williams@bellevue.edu, or you can definitely reach out to me on my phone number at 797-8502. But I also have a website if you wanted to take a look at our website. It includes more information of the different programs that we have, as well as what courses are needed to complete the bachelor's or master's program, as well as gives more information about the transfer process as well. And that will complete my slideshow, and I will shoot it back over to Jose, and he will take over from there.
All right, thank you, Jade. All right, so my name is Jose Torres. I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Admissions at the University of Mary Washington. So I'm just gonna get this PowerPoint up here for us. All right, so we are a public liberal arts university located in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And I want to start with some fast facts about the university before I go into what's available to you as a transfer student in terms of tools to help prepare you on your journey if you plan on joining us. So we have over 4,400 undergraduates at the university. Students represent over 40 states and 56 foreign countries. And we like to tell people that this is the ideal college town location, being in Fredericksburg, because we are equidistant, right smack dab in the middle between Richmond, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. So it allows for a lot of really unique opportunities for our students, whether that be research opportunities, internship opportunities, and job opportunities, not just in Fredericksburg proper, but in the surrounding Virginia area. All right, so you're ready to transfer. Now what? So you're ready to transfer and you're considering coming to join us at Mary Wash. So I just wanted to let you guys in on some tools that are available that you can use at the start to get an idea of what you have, what we have to offer you in terms of transferring and credit evaluations and things of that nature. And I always like to start with the transfer checklist. Now the transfer checklist is great because from the beginning, it'll break down everything that you need to get ready to prepare to join us at Mary Washington. So it includes suggested application filing dates. So if you're looking at a fall start, a spring start, a summer start, it'll give you suggested deadlines to submit your application by. Links to our available applications. You can apply through the Common App with us, or you can apply through our website directly. So that's something that you can look at as well. Either one is fine, there's no preference. It also provides required application materials, so transcripts, letters of recommendation, an essay if that's required or not, and things of that nature are going to be listed on that checklist. So you can just go down the checklist to see what it is that you need to make sure, see what it is that you need to submit in order to prepare yourself for transferring to the university. It also includes FAFSA information and as well as a link to the FAFSA so you can fill that out and get started on that as well for financial aid purposes. The next thing that I like to talk about are our transfer agreements. So we have several transfer agreements with our local 2-year institutions, especially if you're there part of the VCCS, which is the Virginia Community College System, as well as Richard Bland College, the College of Southern Maryland. So included in those agreements are certain requirements that, if met by the student, can guarantee your admission to the university. We have our guaranteed admissions agreement, which I'm going to talk about on the next slide. And then we also have our transfer pathways programs that we have in conjunction with Northern Virginia Community College and Germanna Community College as well. So when it comes to our guaranteed admissions agreement, that's for VCCS schools, as well as Richard Bland College. A student needs to have a cumulative GPA of a 3.25 or better, and they need to be completing an associate's degree in arts, sciences, or arts and sciences. Now, if you're going into your last semester before you've actually earned the degree and you meet this criteria, then you can apply for guaranteed admissions, which means that your admission to Mary Washington is going to be guaranteed. You still need to submit an application and other application materials, but your admission to the university is guaranteed. The other thing that we need from you on top of the application materials is going to be a letter of intent. Now, you sign that, and then your transfer counselor will sign that, and they'll send that to us, and we put that in our file to make sure that you actually do meet the criteria when suggested. Now, if you don't meet this criteria, that doesn't mean you can't transfer. It's just that this is one less thing to have to worry about, because if you do meet the criteria, you're already, pretty much taken care of in terms of moving on with us at the university. Next are our transfer pathways. So if you're transferring from Northern Virginia Community College or Germanna Community College, these pathways are predetermined courses that a student can take at the community college level that's going to directly transfer into their studies. So we have pathways in place for some of our most popular programs like psychology and business. So if you know that psychology is what you want to major in at Mary Washington, and you know that Mary Washington is where you want to go, then you can simply follow the transfer pathway from, say, Nova or Germanna to Mary Washington's, taking the psychology classes that are going to plug directly into the program study that you desire at the university. We also offer credit evaluations as well as course equivalency. So if you're transferring from a 4-year institution, or if you're transferring from Germanna or Nova or one of the other VCCS community, schools, you can always send me unofficial copies of your transcripts. We can forward those on to the registrar's office, and they can take an unofficial look and let you know, based on the information that we have in front of you, this is what is transferring in. This is where you will be starting with us in terms of, total number of credits. Now, you can transfer a maximum number of 90 credits into the university. And I try to tell students, if you have a grade of C or better, it's pretty much a lock that it's going to transfer in. The question then becomes, how is it going to transfer in to the program, to your desired program. Another thing that I did not mention is if you have an associate's degree from one of the VCCS schools when it comes to the guaranteed admissions agreement or the pathways, then your general education requirements, or most of your general education requirements, are going to be waived. So you're going to walk in with 60, 65 credits, and all of your gen eds are going to pretty much be satisfied. So you're going to walk in ready to start taking the classes in your desired major. But we also offer information when it comes to students that are transferring from outside of the VCCS schools or RBC, or transferring from a four-year institution. We have something called Eagle Transfer, which is a database that compiles transfer and credit equivalencies for schools outside of the area. So if it's a school we've dealt with in the past, we've put that information up on the website so you can actively search to see, well, I took this English course at, I don't know, a school in Ohio, so that'll transfer in as this because we've had a student transfer from there before. We also have information on AP scores, CLEP scores, and other transferable credit on our website as well, and I can share those links with you. And as I mentioned previously, we can always get started with a free credit evaluation. If you're looking for more information, here's my contact information here. Easiest way to probably get a hold of me is going to be via email at jtorres2@umw.edu, or probably by my cell, which is also my text number, which is listed here. If you're looking to contact the admissions office directly, it's admit@umw.edu. And now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we're going to open the floor up for any questions that you guys may have, so that way we can answer those directly about any of the information that we've shared with you guys. So I think we'll just get started at the top here. The first question is asking, how can we get in contact with those advisors? And I think that was during your part of the presentation there, Terrence, in terms of, I'm not exactly sure. She was asking about how can we get in contact with those advisors?
Okay, well, I think it's more so about the transfer advisors. So with the transfer advisor, with the transfer center, you just reach out to them at the email address, transferinfo@vcu.edu. And, whatever specific questions you may have about course equivalencies, credit evaluations, certain majors, and how could you take some of the how could some of the credits you've earned at your current institution transfer over to a particular major at VCU? So those advisors will be able to give you the answer that you need. And actually, I'll just type it in here too as well. So it's already dismissed, but so that's how you would contact them. Just transferinfo@vcu.edu.
All right. Next question is, can we take prereqs in the summer at all three schools?
So I'm assuming prereqs, you are probably talking about your associate's degree and what will transfer over to whatever school you're planning to transfer to. My best answer to that will be to decide what school that you're planning to go to, so that you can make sure that the prerequisite courses that you are taking will transfer into that specific program. Maybe the business program that I'll offer at Bellevue may not have the same major courses or requirements than it may have at VCU. So you definitely want to talk with that school transfer advisor first, so that you can make sure what you're taking at the community college will transfer into the program that you're looking to go to at that specific school.
I can tell you that when it comes to our university, say you go through the application process and you've been offered admission to the university, you can continue to take classes at the community college that summer prior to you starting at the university. You would simply need to send us an updated official transcript so we can evaluate and give you credit for those classes that you've taken during the summer. So that is something that is available to you at Mary Wash.
And I'm looking at the Q&A, and I see at the bottom the student type, specifically about what the prerequisites are, and it's just more specifically about nursing programs, for various institutions. I mean, if you come to VCU, you could take prerequisite courses for the nursing program. But the thing about our nursing program is that, if you're admitted to the nursing program, all prerequisites need to be completed prior to the start of that program. So generally, in my experiences in working with the transfer students, either by the time they go through the application process, they have completed all the prereqs, or they're in a process of completing them when they're going through the application process. So it's one or the other. But you know, if you decide, let's say you wanted to do prerequisites at VCU, you know, in summertime for the nursing program, that could be an option as well too. Yeah.
So what do you got for me, Terrence?
Okay, next one is if we were to get an associate's degree in our gen eds waived at all 3 schools. And I know Jose, he touched on it, but I know even at VCU, it's the same thing as well too. You know, if you earn your associate's degree, then the gen eds will be waived. So really you're just coming into VCU, taking courses for your particular major that you're gonna be pursuing.
Yes, and to stress it again. So if you're transferring from a VCCS school or RBC and you have your associate's degree, then yes, your gen eds are going to be waived. We have to do a deeper dive or an evaluation if you're transferring from a community college, say outside of Virginia. We'd have to go through the evaluation process to make sure that everything that you're bringing to the table is going to satisfy those requirements. But more often than not, an associate's degree from even outside of Virginia can usually waive most of those gen ed requirements when it comes to those sorts of situations.
And with Bellevue, once you complete that associate's degree, that completes all of your gen ed. So if you're transferring over to us with that associate's degree, then you do not have to worry about taking any more of those general education courses. And the next question we had is there an application cost for each of the 3 schools? With Bellevue University, if you decide to enroll with us, we actually do waive that application fee, so you won't have to pay any application or transfer fees for if you decide to transfer to Bellevue.
Yes, and at VCU, there is an application fee, you know, for the application when you're applying to VCU, whatever particular semester that you want to enroll, whether it's a spring or fall semester, there's an application fee that comes along with the application you'll be completing online.
And at Mary Washington, there is an application fee, but we can waive that application fee. You just simply have to shoot me an email and have a conversation with me, and we can take care of that for you.
Are there separate applications? Next question, are there separate applications for the nursing programs in the regular schools for each of the 3 schools? I know at VCU, there, you know, our nursing program, their admissions process is totally separate from our regular transfer process. So if a person was applying to, if a student was applying to VCU School of Nursing, there's a whole different type of application process that they will go through in terms of the applications you will complete and the supporting documents you would need to submit, and even also to when the application is due. Versus, you know, somebody who wasn't applying to the School of Nursing, let's say applying into our biology program or chemistry program, you would just follow the regular transfer application process. So there are 2 different processes when it comes to VCU nursing versus non-nursing program.
At Mary Washington, as a transfer nursing student, you're going to be transferring into our RN to BSN program. Unfortunately, we don't have a traditional transfer nursing program. So you're going to need to have your RN license or be working towards your RN license with an associate's degree already completed in order to join our program. But you would be applying the same way that a traditional transfer student would be applying. They have their own, the nursing students have their own separate application that would need to be filled out, as well as requirements. So the application, official transcripts, if you've earned your RN, you could submit your RN license, you would need to submit your RN license as well. And then we would process you just like we would process a traditional transfer student or someone transferring into our adult degree completion program.
And with Bellevue, unfortunately, we do not have a nursing program, so I can say would not apply for me.
Next question. Oh, it's specific for you, Jose. Next question.
Yeah, I saw that. So does Mary Wash have discounts for children of alumni? Unfortunately, we do not, but that is something that we do keep for our record. So if there is a question on your application, you can ask, it'll ask if you have any family that's previously attended. So if you've got a mom or a dad or an uncle or an aunt, you can list those people and we keep that stuff for our records. But unfortunately, we don't have available discounts for children of alumni.
I think
And the next one as well. 2 in a row.
Is this one for me as well? Oh,
Yeah.
Uh, it's the Mary Wash nursing program only for those who already have an RN degree. Unfortunately, yes, it is an RN to BSN program. It's called our BSN completion program that we offer at the university. So you don't necessarily have to have your RN license earned. The way it usually works is you need to be completing your associates in nursing, and then you would move on to our program to complete the final 30 credits to earn your BSN degree. You can go into the first semester of our program without your RN license, but you're going to need to have it moving forward past that first semester in order to continue in the program to take those nursing required courses. So the first semester, you don't have to have it, but you're going to need to sit for the NCLEX during that first semester and pass them and earn your RN to continue in the program if admitted.
Okay. The next question is just more of a general question for all of us. Are there specific scholarships that are available that you would recommend for transfer students? I know at VCU we do have a transfer scholarship, and it's only available for fall semesters. So if you're applying for a particular fall semester, let's say for example fall 2021, you could be put in consideration for it. Now, in order to be put in consideration for it, we ask for three things. Number one, you have to have your application submitted to VCU by the March 15 priority deadline. Number two, you have to complete an essay, but the essays are part of the part of the application. So everyone actually does the essay. And number three, you have to have at least 45 credits or more when you're applying to VCU. So having those three requirements will put you into consideration for our transfer scholarship for a fall semester. Now, in addition to that, we do have, if you're earning your associate's degree from a VCCS school, there's a 2-year college grant that's available that you could possibly be eligible for. So those are just some type of ways of getting some additional funding in addition to the scholarship. We have the 2-year grant that we do, 2-year grant that we do offer as well too for our transfer students.
At UMW, we offer a transfer merit scholarship to incoming transfer students. You don't have to do anything to apply for that scholarship. It's offered to you based on your transcript information when you were applying. So there's slotting based on your GPA from your most recent institution that can range anywhere from $4,000 a year to $1,000 a year as a transfer student. Actually, I believe it's $8,000 if you're out of state. And like I said, you don't do anything for this. You don't do anything to apply for this. You simply are given it based on the information we have when we review you. You need to be a full-time student though in order for the scholarship to kick in, and it's available for incoming fall students as well as incoming spring semester students. So that's something that we give you ourselves. There also may be some other things through the financial aid office that we can give you. I always tell students, make sure you fill out the FAFSA, because even if there's not money even if you don't think you're going to get anything from filling out the FAFSA, there may be money that we can offer you because the FAFSA has been filled out. So just make sure you do those sorts of things as well.
And we do, at Bellevue University, we do have specific grants for students that are transferring in, as well as if you're a part of Phi Theta Kappa, we offer grants for those students. And we also have scholarships available. Once you are admitted into your program, you are able to start applying for scholarships. So you can apply even before your incoming semester with Bellevue.
I think we have one more question, specific for VCU. Okay. If I wanted to transfer into a major at VCU and double major in a program at the school of VCU Arts, would I have to put in a separate application for VCU Arts? Okay, well, the VCU Art application is the same transfer application that most transfer students utilize. But when it comes to double majoring, you can only select one major when you're applying. So let's say, for instance, if you wanted to do graphic design in the School of Arts, you apply the graphic design major. Cannot add that second major on until after being at VCU for at least one semester. So let's say, for instance, if you were starting at VCU fall 2021 as a graphic design major, and then you wanted to add on cinema as your second major, that would be something that you would try to roll in for spring 2022. And again, that would just be going through their application process and make sure you fulfill all the requirements to see if they will admit you into the cinema program as well too. But when you apply only for your primary major, and then after being at VCU for one semester, then you try to add the second major on.
And if anybody had any other questions, you can feel free to type them in right now. We have a couple of more minutes before the session actually ends, so please type away. All right, I guess we don't have any more questions coming in. I guess that will conclude our session today then.
We just want to thank you guys so much.
We have one more. That's
Oh,
fine.
we got one. Oh, it's for you, Terrence.
Oh, okay. You see, do I know why VCU has a 3-year nursing program? That's just the way it's just set up because of the curriculum, because they designed it. I know it's a very intense program, it's a very competitive program, but I couldn't give you specifically why, this is where they set it up, but it's just the way they designed it because it can be very intense with the workload that they're asking you and what they're asking you to do. So, yeah, that's right. And I know it's a lot of information that we gave everybody today. So when you get time, as I say, you can kind of try to digest the information and kind of flesh it out to see what information, has been useful for you or important to you. And again, you receive contact information from all of the schools, all of the institutions. So, please feel free, to reach out to us with any specific questions you may have as it pertains to any of the programs or any of the transfer advising tools that we do offer at our 3 different institutions. And again, like I said, every institution is a little bit different in how we handle, how we approach it, certain things. But okay, you got a question?
We got a question. We got like less than a minute. Are transfer students majoring in music guaranteed admission with just an associate's degree, or is a separate audition required as well? It's for you and me. So really quickly, UMW, no, there's no audition component to any of our performing arts majors. You simply apply as a transfer student, and then you declare your major once you arrive on campus.
Okay, now really quick with VCU music majors, we don't have guaranteed admissions for music majors because it's part of our School of Arts program. School of Arts does not participate in guaranteed admissions, so you would have to apply to the School of Arts and wait for your decision that to come out.
Okay, I think we got it in there. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a great rest of the day.
All right, thank you all so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a quick survey. It's just 4 questions. We would appreciate your feedback, any feedback from today's session. Thank you to all of our panelists. And also, this is just one of many sessions that are being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. And then in about a week, this recording, as long as other sessions from this week, will be made available at strivescan.com/Virginia. Thank you. Have a good one.